G'day. Today I'm doing a review of 511 Tactical's Lv18 bag as well as the Lv6 sling bag, and I'm also going to be demonstrating the packing of the bag, what can you fit in there, possibly what is it best used for, and any drawbacks. So for this bag, I believe that it's especially good for, say, preppers, especially good for EDC, everyday carry, but also I think this bag could, for the right person, be a really awesome travel bag, especially for backpacking, staying in hostels, because you have the backpack, a 30-litre backpack to store all your clothes and your accessories, and because it has great organizational capabilities built into the bag, it's really good for a traveler. And you can attach on between locations, you can attach on this sling bag. It is small, but it's still a pretty good day pack, so you can use that as a day pack while storing this in the hostel locker. However, I do think that this bag does, or potentially can be used as a bug out bag. I mean, 30 litres, it's not bad, so it can be used even as a hiking bag if you are able to get your kit into a 30-litre bag. The main thing, well, I think it especially could be done in summer. Maybe in winter it'd be a much bigger struggle. So I'm just going to take over the exterior capabilities, what can be rigged onto the bag. So as you can see, I've got my raincoat here on the outside. This is one of the load bearing straps or compression straps that you have here. So I was just able to put my raincoat on here. On the other side, I have the Pathfinder small water bottle right here. I think it's made from stainless steel, so I got that compressed down, and I didn't even need to put in, because this thing does jiggle in its base cooking thing, but with this compression strap it doesn't jiggle at all, so I could actually take off the thingy that normally stops it from jiggling. So, and as you can see here, got the day pack. Right now it's attached just in the temporary method where you put the two load bearing or compression straps through these little attachments on the back, and so it's a little bit wobbly, but it's okay. But there's also, it's kind of hard to see, so I'll show you. I'll try and show you that now. So this is, you know, it doesn't go on quickly. It's a little bit fiddly, and that's all right because you're not going to be doing this all the time. But if you really wanted to attach this permanently to the bag, you can. Or not permanently, but for a long term, there's a better way of doing it, which will be demonstrated in other videos you can find on the internet. But there are these little things here, and all the shoulder strap is attached on with these little removable clips type things, so you can take them off, rig them to the top on this, and then that will connect into these 2 points that have been added in here specifically so that you can rig this, and it'll sit there. You don't need this, it'll just sit there like that, and it'll be quite stable and won't jiggle around or anything. So aside from that, as you can see, we have these load bearing straps which can be used for other things. I mean, it is a little bit difficult, but you can put stuff here, you know, like instead of putting my jacket here, I could have put it on here. You can put stuff on the bottom too. So this is a really nice feature that I really appreciate, and it also adds a bit of extra resilience to the bag. I think this is 540D nylon, but I'm not 100% sure. So it looks like the bottom is, I'm not sure if the bottom is a thicker fabric. So it looks like the whole bag is constructed from the same type of nylon, and it's a good solid nylon. And if you've used the Covert 18 bag, the side pockets on the Covert 18 bag for your water bottle are actually made from like a stretchy nylon that's a lot weaker, and in that bag I got holes. So this is much better. We have the strong nylon, and we've got these things to compression to hold your water bottle in place, which again will help prevent holes developing in that. However, I did have a problem. So when I first got the bag, so it's not a big deal, but there are these little buttons on here that keep the that usually keep this as a small size. So like you know, it just compresses this water bottle pouch. But when I opened the button, the button instantly broke, and then I had to take it out, leaving these two little holes here. But really, it's not a big deal, and they're just cheap little plastic buttons. So it didn't break on the other side, but on one side it did. So as you can see here on the exterior, I've just got the small Pathfinder Canteen, which is from David Canterbury's shop. So we have Pathfinder Canteen, that fits in nicely here. And the reason I'm using a smaller canteen rather than a larger one is because we have limited space with the 30-litre bag. So yeah, but this is good. This is, you know, that's a decent amount of space for cooking. You can put a bit of something in here. If you're not carrying water, or if you're not using it for water, you can just use it for like a mix in a coffee or anything in this. So that's good. It's always good to have a bottle that you can mix stuff in. But I've also got a 1 litre water filter inside the bag. Anyway, so that's great. That fits really nicely in there. I'll take my jacket off. So this is more like just a temporary thing. You know, if I'm walking, getting hot, I can just slip that in. So I'm going to put this on. Put my jacket on. Alright, so I guess I'll just take you through the Lv6 real quick. So it's quite a small little sling, but this is the one. The Lv8 is much larger, but doesn't really fit. It's just too big to fit on this, and it doesn't come with the rigging points. But both of these are CCW enabled bags. You have the tuck-in labels on here too, so you don't need to display. It's a 511 bag. You got your front pocket, just, you know, general things, and then you got your main inner pocket where you have organizational, like an organizational mesh, so you can put stuff in there, organize things. But you know, it doesn't really have that much space, but it's good nonetheless. I fit my phone in there, a couple things for the day. You could probably even fit like a small 500ml water bottle in there or something like that. So I'll take you through the front pocket now. Also, this has like a Velcro, and you can pull it apart, so you can actually put stuff back here. You have quick access to from the Velcro. So the front pocket's actually pretty good. You do get a good amount of space, just enough to fit in some, you know, your various items, and you have the built-in organization. You have it's not really hidden, but you have a Velcro that opens here, so you can put stuff inside this Velcro and kind of hide it in there. Not that, you know, it's pretty obvious, but so I've got for my DD tarp. So this pack right now it's built as like a bug out bag, so it's got the necessities for staying overnight in the wild. So I've got my DD peg and guy lines here, so that's pretty good. It's pretty compact and light, so that's perfect. You know, I think DD is a really good brand. I've got the DD ridge line, 10 meter ridge line. So I just got these. I actually was using other cords. It was all really bulky, but this is much more, the size of this is really good. So it comes in and it's pretty affordable. So anyway, I just like DD. So I've got in here, I have a couple pockets here. You know, they're not particularly special or anything, but you can put stuff in. I've got wildlife insect repellent. I don't know if that's the brand. Anyways, doesn't really matter. Just a stick of insect repellent. I've got some of my personal cards here. I've got a magnifying glass, which I got as a freebie in one of those pockets. So just general stuff. I've got this is a different bag than what it came in, but I've got like a repair kit in here, some sewing needles, patch, thread, you know, just stuff for repairs, which I think is really good. You know, it adds a bit of size and weight, but you know, if something important on the bag breaks. Okay, and just to go back to the exterior, I just remembered this is really good. I love this. In this handle, the handle isn't attached in a particularly reinforced way or anything, so should be careful what you're going to load onto this. But see, it has these two bits right here that you can put cord through, So basically you could roll something up like a tarp or blanket, stick it right on top. That way it's going to be bed onto the top of the bag. So if your bag's full, you can put a roll on top and put the cord through these little loops. So, and then, you know, cinch it down, connect it up. So that's really great. It's really appreciated. Just having these little external attachment points on the bag, so you can really put a good amount of stuff on here. There's no molly, but you know, you can still put stuff on this. On the arms, you know, on here you've got a little bit. So there are opportunities to rig stuff to the exterior of the pack, and especially if you run out of room, you know. So in here I've just got a couple things: knife sharpener, I've got a pen, I've got a notepad in the back somewhere. I've got a ferro rod. I've got a Leatherman 3 series, you know, just a few tools that could be useful. So, and that'll there's a lot. These pockets are just the right size, so I can safely store the Leatherman without worrying about it opening. These are all a good size. We've got a key hook right here. I love the key hook. I've got my key in the day pack at the moment. That's got a key hook too, so absolutely fantastic. Which I really did not like. Actually, no, that's not in the Lv8. Didn't have a key hook, so I don't know what was up with that. But then I've got another zipper pocket, which is great for just storing miscellaneous stuff. A good amount of room now. Just got a couple things in there, nothing particularly special. So that's really good. I could store my, if I didn't want to put other stuff, I could probably store my pegs and whatnot in there. So yeah, I've pretty much filled this up. But because of all the great organizational capabilities, it's just really good, and you don't have to worry about my things falling out, losing things, dropping them on the ground. Everything's really organized quite well. So yeah, and that fills up quite nice. I've got a little bit more room in that. So moving on to the second pocket here. This is a really good organizational pocket. So we've got a mesh here. I wish there was more mesh in this bag, because I really like being able to see through the mesh and see what's actually stored. But we've got one mesh in this bag, which is something I'm not too happy about, but anyways, it's all good. Phone could fit in there, just a standard size smartphone. This right here. This is for your glasses. Right here, it's got that fleece lining. Nothing else down there. This is just like a waterproof food sack, so I don't know, I'm just keeping that in there for now. I've got a few miscellaneous items in here in a separate bag, just so it doesn't damage the fabric. I've got a notepad, a waterproof notepad, got a compass, you know, just these sorts of things that I might need. So especially I think a compass is very valuable to keep in your bag, and as you saw in the front pouch, you've got other miscellaneous survival items that could come in useful. Alright, so getting into the main compartment. This is going to be the main, and obviously I have skipped over the CCW compartment. It's just a standard 511 CCW compartment, Velcro back. It's got the thingy that comes with it that you can mount for mounting. Also, I've got a miscellaneous item here for interest. This is just like a washcloth, a Swedish cloth or something. This is an absorbent fabric, so whenever you need to wipe down like a tarp or anything, ground sheet, you can just use this to so I keep this as part of my kit, just in case I need to kind of like wipe some condensation or something. So I'm opening up the main compartment. As you can see here, the zipper doesn't go all the way down, which is a good thing, because the compression straps down here, you know, it's like you've got like 30%, 60%. So the bottom 30%, we've got no zipper, we've got compression straps. So this is the place where you really, if you want to compress something down that's going to really push against the bag, this is where you want to put it so that you don't damage the bag right down the bottom, which is what I've done. So up the top, I've got a life straw, 1 litre filter, which I can fill up as needed. And as you can see, I do have a bit of room in here. I have not fully packed this, so, and that's the idea, you need extra room for anything else that you might need. So I'm trying to get the basics down, and anything else I would need, I can put that in later, because I've got a decent amount of room here without overloading the bag, not stressing the zippers. So I've got the life straw. That's going to be the main water storage for long long hikes or anything like that. And as you know, it's a water filter, so you can filter on the go. So really great. There are other options for your water, but I think this is pretty affordable, pretty reliable, pretty good. Okay, so I've got a waterproof stuff sack. In here I've got polypropylene thermals, a long sleeve top, the long bottoms, and an extra shirt. So that's just like a bare minimum, but I could put more in here. This stuff sack isn't really the right size. But on the topic of stuff sacks, is that when using this bag, I highly recommend using stuff sacks, because as I said, it only has the compression straps down low. So in order to keep the pressure of the zippers and maintain the longevity of this bag, is that not that I don't think the zippers couldn't handle it, because they probably will handle a lot of stress, but it's better not to. So if you bring the right size compression bags that can also be waterproof, that's really going to help you get a lot of stuff in here and not overload the zippers. But if you want to overload, well, maybe the Covert 18 is better, because it has the compression that goes from down here to up here, so you can really take the load off the zippers. Or the Rush 24 series, that's like 37 liters, is probably more suitable. But what this is good is it looks nice. You can take it in public without looking kind of weird, and it's got all that organizational features, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to open up this. I'll have a look what I've got inside here. The polypropylene, nothing too exciting, but the reason I'm using polypropylene is because, one, the weight is, it's just the weight to heat ratio is really good. It's like a hollow fiber fabric. I've got to take out this. This is my work shirt, you know, something. This is an extra shirt. I don't have any socks or anything in here, but I could. It's got plenty of room for all that. So just a bit of polypropylene thermals. They're kind of lightweight, but really, honestly, even though these are about 100 grams each, but they're so warm, it's crazy. So these will save your life. You know, they're pretty small. They don't take up too much space. So the polypropylene is really good. I don't use them much, because I really just try and acclimatize to the temperature. I use my Poncho liner blanket, but if I need it, you know, if I'm feeling a bit cold, I can slap on these polypropylene and they'll probably keep me really warm. So that's my survival item. I'm in Australia, so it doesn't even really get to freezing where I am, so I don't really need too much. I could take a small mylar blanket as an alternative ground sheet, even, because some people like to use mylar blankets as ground sheets, and that could offer additional warmth and just for survival purposes. Here I've got a hat. If you're in, say in an emergency, you're using a bivvy bag, and you've got that little hole, you know, you can slap the hat over your head, keep the rain out of the bivvy. It's got these little air holes. I don't really wear it, but it's also waterproof, so I can wear it in the rain to keep the rain off my head, out of my hair. But what I mainly use it for is a sit pad, so I don't tear up my shorts on the rock. So just got that. It's pretty small. I've got another DD item here, DD Magic Carpet XL. So I'll just slap this right down under my tarp. Keeps all my gear safe from tearing. Keeps me dry. Keeps all the gear dry. I'm not taking a inflatable pad at the moment, but that's just a personal choice. It's just extra money I have to spend, extra stuff I've got to figure out how to pack in and all that. So I'm not using that at the moment. And you know, I found, depending in summer, you just don't need it. With these Polypro, they're very warm, plus my Poncho liner quilt, which is not even that warm, but in Australian summer temperatures at night, it's, you know, this is fine just to sleep on. So that's fine. It's very, very slim, fits in the bag. It has extra survival uses. You can use it as a tarp, you know, stuff like that. So here I've got, this is actually kind of big. This is not a DD item. This is a Helikon Tex Tarp. It's also known as a hoochie, I guess, I think. This one is actually, I think it's like something like 3 meters by 2.5 meters, or even 2.5 meters by, so it's a bit, or by 2 meters or something. So it's a bit smaller than in size than the DD 3x3 tarp, and funnily enough, the DD is, which is made out of nylon. This is made out of I think it's polyester coated nylon. So I'm not really sure what the exact advantage of that is. This is just what I got, and it's fine. So I keep using it. So that's not too big, but in terms of it's pretty small to pack in, and that's because it sacrificed the size. So if it is raining, you might get sprayed a little bit, you might get a bit wet because it's not a 3x3, but it's okay. I'm not sure if I recommend it, but it's fine, you know. So I got that, and again, this could be for pretty much the same price. You could sub this for a DD 3x3, which is a bit smaller, but it's you know, I believe the DD makes really good quality products, so which is why I quite like them. And that's about it in my bag. I've got a this probably takes up the most space out of everything. This is some random poncho liner I got on the internet. For me, it's fine. You could sub this with a Snugpak jungle blanket, which I believe will pack as a similar size to this or even smaller. And I believe the Snugpak jungle blanket is even warmer. But you could also go with like anything. You could go for a sleeping bag, a quilt, and if you're really trying to get to pack down into this small 30-liter bag, you might want to go for like a small down sleeping bag or quilt, because down packs down really well and it's extremely warm. Going to be much warmer than what I got here. The only disadvantage is if when down gets wet, it's not as effective, so that might be a consideration to make. But I'll just display this. It's just a very simple poncho liner that I got from an Australian store. So it's like microfiber, it's like polyester microfiber stuffed into nylon. So it's alright. I actually use this when I'm at home because I quite like it. It's quite comfy. So that's that. So, and as I said, there was a bit more room in the bag, but that's just what I've packed into it. And it all packs up quite nicely. It looks good. It fits good. So that could be a pretty good bug out bag, or even a travel bag. You know, there's a good amount of space in here. And I'll just talk about finally what we got here. It's just a laptop sleeve in the back. I think this is big enough for like you'd have to check on the website, but it seems like it's big enough for maybe like a 15-inch or a 13 or 11-inch laptop or a tablet. Just enough space to put stuff in here. So it's really good. Different to the other bags, they actually have a laptop thing on the back. This doesn't have a laptop thing on the back, which I actually prefer because I don't really use a laptop. This is fine, just an interior sleeve. I mean, I guess if you're packing it up, that's potentially going to put pressure on your laptop and could cause damage. But if you just like, if you were just using this as like an EDC pack going to work, obviously you're not going to be packing it up. You got plenty of space there. Put your laptop in. You got all your organizational pockets in the front. You know, it really does a lot. So overall, I think it's a good bag. You know, I'm not sure why the compression is just down here to take the weight off the zippers. It's a bit weird, but you know, it's fine. You can work with it. It's a good looking bag. I got it in Ranger Green. I believe they actually don't do Ranger Green anymore, so you might have to go with a color like this, which I had to get this in this color, iron gray color, because this color apparently it's not being stocked anymore. So yeah, that's the bag. I'm not really sure there's much more to show. I hope that you got a good shot of me wearing it at the beginning of the video. I can show you the CCW compartment if you're interested. Just here, you got that. It's got some random stuff in there. Don't even know why I've got stuff in there, but you just got that Velcro back. You got the rigging here, and that you can take it off, move it. So that's the CCW compartment. You know, it's very clear that it is here, but it is discreet in a way. The main thing is that you can access it, as with all 511 bags, you can access it very quickly. Okay, so I believe that's the kit that I'm using. That's a really good coverage of the bag. And we just got the standard, you know, shoulder straps here. We don't have load lifters. This chest clip is really good. Does take the load off quite good. You got additional, I don't know if you can see this, but You can put a waist belt on these. You can buy it separately, put that on here. The backing it's all right. Like, I think it's very similar to the other bags, where when you get sweaty, this will soak up all your sweat, and it's kind of lame, you know, but it's okay. It's nothing. I think most bags are like that anyways, but on the back, this padding is pretty comfortable. I'm not sure that's really necessary, but if you've got something irritating packed in the bag, this will keep your back off it. If you've got a laptop in there, it's going to keep your back, stop it from banging up against your back, damaging the laptop. You got a tag here. This one, I don't know if this actually came out, but this can fold in to conceal that 511 tag. Two, got attachment points, so it's just a standard bag. And yeah, that's it. So that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that it was informative and will help inform your decision whether you want to use this bag for something such as a bug out bag, a hiking pack, or like a backpacking bag, travel pack. Because I think, you know, or an EDC, I think it really has a lot of merits in a lot of these areas. So I hope you enjoy, and goodbye.